Hey there, Ulti Zeta here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. In the last episode, we took care of a guy who really wasn't all that big. I mean, he was bigger than us, certainly. And he was still probably hit like a truck. But he was on a small scale of Colossi, all things considered. But we still knocked him down and destroyed his giant altar, which was bigger than him, which is very funny. And in this episode, we're gonna go for you, whoever you are. So that'll be fun. So, what's to talk about? I know something I can talk about, because I was also still, again, editing some episodes from my first session, and one thing I mentioned was, I was like, you know, I think these Colossi have names, but I don't know what any of them are. Apparently, that was false. Apparently, that was a internet rumor that one person was like, hey, these are real, here's my sources, and people just never double-checked the source, and they just believed it. So for, like, years, there was, like, apparently some prevailing, like, idea that the Colossi had names, and when in fact they don't. They have development nicknames, as far as I can tell, but officially they're all just called Colossuses. Colossi. So that's the thing. It's interesting to me because, like, the fact that they don't have names is something I'm kind of torn up against. Because on the one hand, like, I like the idea of them having names that you don't find out unless you, like, do further research. There's just a cool element of, like, just a metatextual, like, engagement there. I mean, I'm pretty certain that's where you learn Wander's name. It's not like the game ever... As far as I know, the game doesn't say what Wander's name is. So it's like... I don't know. I think that's just... There's a neat element to that. And, like, it adds to, like, my love of, like... I've always liked looking up things online like that. Like, going to wikis, like, just learning more about stuff. Like, from people who put in all sorts of research and effort. Like, there's just a lot of fun to be had about that, and Shadow Colossus is rife for that. Like, I already mentioned that, like, this remake added a whole bunch of, like, hidden bonus collectibles simply because one guy on YouTube was doing research and lore videos and speculation videos for 8 years, and that guy inspired the creators of this remake, and that's just fucking cool and awesome. Like, you can have your arguments about preservation and faithfulness or whatever, and, like, how much do these little extra bonus trinkets really belong in this game or whatever, which I don't know, like, you can argue that and you're not even necessarily wrong. They're something that, like, the developers of Team Eco did not really intend for, but I don't necessarily think that that's wrong, and putting in new content in a remake isn't necessarily a bad thing either. So, I don't know. Take it as you will, have your own opinion on it. I just think it's neat. And to me, it's like a testament of, like, the dedicated, like, community around this game, and just, like, how cool it is to just do your own research, do your own exploration, just, whether it's through the game or just, like, looking things up on, and, like, engaging with them in that way. I don't know, everything's valid and it's cool. And I love the idea of that. So, like, to me, like, the idea that the Colossi don't have names like that is just a tiny touch disappointing of, like, oh, less information to be gathered from other sources. That's a little bit of a shame. But on the other hand, I also think it's really cool that they don't have names, because, like, number one, people love to name things. That's just a fact of life. Things get names. Everybody names things, and, like, the fact that the Colossi even have developer nicknames, like Minotaur A and Minotaur B. I remember those ones from what my brief looking things up a bit. I don't remember any of the others. I didn't really put much time into it all. Where am I right now? Apparently there's a lizard around here. I'm very close to where the Colossi is, so I might just see if I can find this lizard. such that I don't have another 15-minute episode on my hands. But yeah, like, people love to name things. That much is just inherently obvious. So the idea that the Colossi don't have names kind of adds to, like, their mystique, you know? Like, if the Colossi were made by people, they would have names, wouldn't they? Like, even metatextually, like, I can't help but shake the idea that they would have names if they were, like, made for people, made to be, like, anthropomorphized. But, like, the way the Colossi are is just so engaging to me, because, like, they don't really, like, I'd call some of them, like, oh, some of them are, like, there's, like, you know, number 5 is a bird, number 6 is a Leviathan, whatever, but, like, they don't need to, like, inherently ascribe to any sort of, like, animalistic, like, direct traits. Like, I don't know if you would call it anthropomorphizing them or not, but, like, cause, you know, that's specifically for humans, but, like, there's an element of just, like, they're just the Colossi. They're these weird, fantastical creatures that, like, they've got some of them have more animalistic traits than others. They're vaguely animalistic, but, like, the bird has fucking fur and is made of stone. I don't really know if it's, like, truly a bird in that case, you know? So it's just... It's just cool to, like, imagine that these guys are, like, mystical like that. I jumped off of aggro and landed back on him. That was kind of impressive. If there's a lizard, I feel like it's going to be around here. Somewhere. This rock formation feels suspicious to me. But yeah, I like that, like, the fact that they're unnamed kind of gives them more mystique to me. And in addition, I kind of like that, like, the way we have to talk about the Colossi as a result is through just, like, having to try and describe them, like, in whatever ways we might wind up doing so, like, and I think that's pretty cool to try and, like, come up with, like, ways in which, like, you can accurately describe some of these dudes. I'm not sure I can make that jump. Let's see if there's a way I can climb up this on this side. Not really. Is there even a lizard here? I'm not seeing anything. I think I'm gonna give up on, like, this exploration. This is why I don't like trying to find the fucking lizards that aren't at shrines, because they're just kind of, like, impossible. The map says there's one here. But I'm not seeing garbage. So, whatever. I give up. Yeah, I, like, trying to describe some of the other guys, like, Torch, the other one was like, oh, the one we just did was, like, throwing, like, he's tiny and you, like, use the torch to, like, I don't know how to describe him. He's the tiny guy. He's the small one. Not in the sun, really? Okay. It's things like that, but I just like the idea of get across the chasm? Let's see if there's another pathway. I'm not sure how to navigate this forest. There's nothing over that way. And that way has me leave. Maybe there's another pathway this way. Well, Aggro's at least moving through this forest. Wait, are there two entrances here? Like... Okay, I think there are two entrances. But I think I came in through that one. So if I head over this way, come out over here. Maybe this takes me to a new place. I don't know, I'm not sure. Aggro. Well, there's this. Take me where I want to be. Well, it's a winding path. Interesting. I think I said everything I wanted to say about the Colossi stuff. Maybe not as eloquently, but like I think I got the point across, you know? Alright. This is definitely the right pathway. The ground here? No. I don't see a foothold either. Man, the pathway to this guy is confusing. Huh. I don't know if I should get in the water. Like, I see these, like, pillar things, but, like, I don't think I can make these jumps. And even if I get over on that side, what am I gonna do? No? Meanwhile, here, there's at least an actual pathway. I guess the other option is I get all the way up here and then see how far I can swim across? Oh, hold on. Get out of my way. Is that vines coming out of the water over there? Like... Let me just double check. Is there any... like... Doesn't look like there's anything to grab on, like, the rocks. Alright, into the water I go then. Oh, it's not really pushing me that way at all. Okay. With the river flowing as much as it was, you can understand why I was a little, like, hesitant, you know? Oh. Oh. This is who I thought it was. Guess what, guys? You know who we're gonna fight? He's under the water, apparently. Do the thing. Open the eye. Darn it. It's Ring-a-Ding-Bell Man! I can finally elaborate on what the hell I meant by that. Oh, he doesn't have eyes. That's the whole thing. He's gonna keep trying to zap me. Which is a problem. I think what you're supposed to do is not move. I was wrong. Hi. There's a pillar in between us now. Does that change anything? Maybe he can see. Okay, so what do I do then instead? Because the ultimate goal is to get so that you can climb onto him. Of course, you know, like any other Colossus. Maybe I should try and go climb him. Because I can see, like, footholds and stuff to grab onto. I remember this fight a lot better in the sense of when you actually, like, sort of are on top of him. That's where the whole gist of the ring-a-ding-bell stuff comes in. is really dedicated to finding my position. Ow. I'm probably gonna die. I don't think I can reach that foothold, is the thing. Okay, so what do I do to get him to, like, do other things? It's interesting how... Because, again, I know the second half of the puzzle, I just don't know the first. Cross to higher ground. There wasn't anything to climb on the other thing, though. Maybe this one is the one I'm supposed to get to? This was the first thing I did, but there wasn't, like... I didn't see footholds. Maybe I wasn't really looking for them, though. I'm not dead. Somehow. But I'm literally about to be. There's no possible way in which I'm not. Yeah, I think I got grazed. I don't get it. I'm gonna be right here anyway, so it doesn't matter. I didn't make progress. Okay, so... Once again... Cross the higher foothold. Can I get on his tail? Or is he gonna move too fast? He's not shooting at me right now, so there's nothing wrong with me trying to, like, see if I can get on his tail. But I can't move faster than how fast I'm moving right now. Alright, well, I can't catch up to him, so in the meantime... So now, this time he's just completely content to just hang out. I don't know why he started off so aggressive the first time. But... it does give me a chance to, like, examine this thing. That's not a foothold. That's not a foothold. Yeah, this one doesn't have footholds for me to do anything to. Okay, he's seen me. Anything for me to climb here? No. There's something, like, out of the arena? No. I really thought this guy was blind. He doesn't have visible eyes. Isn't that the whole point? I don't get it. Based on everything that I feel, the vibe I get is that he's not supposed to be able to see you. He walks around. Oh, now he can't see me, I think. He walks around and you climb up his tail. Dormine is saying cross to higher ground. Okay, so... yeah, here we go. Now this is, like, doing as it's supposed to. I think. He moves so fast, I can't catch up to him. That's the other problem. I need him to stop moving. Oh, wait. Wait. Okay. I'm on him. I don't really understand what's been up with him. If I'm being frank. Because I'm pretty certain he's supposed to be blind. But he kept finding me even though I was just standing still. It was like classic T-Rex conundrum, you know? Where... I think popularized by Jurassic Park. We're like, oh, if you stand still, it can't sense you. Alright. Anyways. We're on his head now. But we still can't do anything. Now... this is why he's ring-a-ding bell man. He's got teeth on his head. And we bonk them to get him to move. So we're supposed to get over here. And onto one of these things now. And I think that makes him, like, lean up out of the water? Yeah. Okay. Well. Well. I got into his tail again, at least. So evidently we don't climb onto his leg, even though it looks like there's a foothold there. I just kind of operated automatically. You can tell that I'm less familiar with these guys. I know some of the basics, I know the conceptual, like, start and finish points. But I don't know the exact strategies. Although I handled... the Torch Dude much better. Okay. I don't think you ever have to, like, stab in the exact center. Okay, well, now to get on his tail again. This guy is time-consuming. Even before the fact that I didn't understand how to fight him at first. Okay, so it does seem like if I do that, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work at first, but then it just does kind of start to work. Cease your wiggling. No, I thought this guy destroyed the towers. Wander. Go left, please. Wander, go left, please! Oh boy. Okay. I am not the best at fighting this dude, as you can clearly see. Okay, that forcibly lets me go. Oh, he does destroy a thing. I just didn't get the damage cap. I don't know if I'm moving or not. Yeah, okay, I get it. Can I have control again so I can, like, try and get on his tail? So you can definitely two-cycle this guy, at least. So, blah. I just hope I don't four-cycle him. But I'm getting better at doing that, at least. I don't think it's a matter of will I kill this guy. It's a matter of when. Okay, hang on to your life. And bonk. I said bonk. And go forward. Get forward. Ah. The problem is I'm really bad at judging depth perception, so I keep thinking, like, I don't know if I'm close enough to hit this guy, and then he keeps moving. Dory, he is not. I think that's good enough. Yeah, okay. Luckily, it's still the same sigil. Get him! No, I pressed the button to stab again! Damn it! Force cycle. Fine. Be that fucking... I pressed the button! He was in the wind-up animation. I pressed the button, and the game didn't give it to me. God damn it. Whatever, at least getting onto his tail was incredibly easy this time. That was the easiest it's ever been. I had pressed the button and everything. It just didn't give it to me. You can absolutely two-cycle this guy. There's no question about it. But I'm bad, so four-cycle it is. Congratulations, you're getting a long episode. Blarga, 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 blarga. That way. A little more that way. Ah. Okay, all you need is one more stab. Come on. Buddy. Buddy. There we go. Okay. Die. No more ring-a-ding for you. You're not as fun to fight as I thought you would be. Yeesh. Will you at least let me get the land? Aw. Well, I think that took me 40 minutes. Yikes. Perhaps my longest Colossus fight yet. I don't know. That would be neat to find out, to like compare the length of time of it takes me to fight every single Colossus and come... Deaths may or may not be included. Anyways, this is new. More horses! Morses, in fact. It's the mask guy. Only a little more to go. Something's going on over there. And we're something. You know, it's kind of silly that when you really stop and think about it, it's like these are supposed to get destroyed when the Colossus dies, and yet they get destroyed like however long it takes for Wander to show up here and get stared at for a little bit by ghostly specters of the dead Colossi. Until finally then it breaks. That next foe is the vast desert lands. A giant trail drifts through the sky. Thou art not alone. There's a Colossi among us. Alright. Well. Here's that girl. Okay, so that was a bit of a mess. Let's end the episode quickly, because that took me forever. So next time on Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus, it's time for another Snakey. The last Snakey.